Hello, I'm Nisha Pandey and you're watching Prime Times News. Let's start with the headlines. Parliamentary Committee instructs government to upgrade the Narangad Mugling and Mugling Pokhara road sections. Minister assured to speed up the work. The non-gazetted government employees protest as the salaries of the higher level employees increase. Signs of the fourth wave of COVID infections in Nepal. Daily cases close to 1,000. The number of active cases around 6,000. France braced for a fourth heat wave this summer as its worst drought on record left parched villages without safe drinking water, and farmers warned of a looming milk shortage in the winter. An Indian coach, Manoj Prabhakar, appointed as the head coach of Nepalese national cricket team. Now news in detail. The committee meeting held at Singadarbar today directed the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport to speed up the work of upgrading the Mugling Pokhara road section. Keeping in mind the slowness and low progress in the construction and upgrading of other national level roads, including national pride projects, the meeting also instructed the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and the Ministry of Energy to make necessary arrangements to remove the structures like houses and electric poles made without permission, which have been encroaching the road as it has made removing the landslides difficult. In the meeting, Physical Infrastructure and Transport Minister Muhammad Istiaq Rayo showed that the work of Narangad Mugling and Mugling Pokhara road upgrading will be carried out rapidly. He informed that the contractor's deadline was not extended because the construction of Narangad Butwal road was not being done as scheduled. Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has said that the government has been active in establishing the rights of tribal mentioned in the current constitution. Speaking in an event organized by the Nepal Democratic Federation of Indigenous Nationalities held in Kathmandu today, Prime Minister Deuba said that the government has been working to establish the rights and interests mentioned in the Constitution while protecting the knowledge, skills, and cultural traditions of the indigenous community. Prime Minister Deuba said that everyone should work hand in hand to identify the tribal people and bring them into the mainstream of the state so that they are not deprived of any kind of opportunities. He claimed that the contribution of indigenous communities in various changes of the country has been highly evaluated. In the program, the leaders of the Congress held the opinion that everyone should be ready to advance the country on the path of development by establishing the rights of the indigenous people. After the government decided to increase the salary in a different way than the one announced through the budget speech, the employees of the country's administrative center, Singadarbar, have been protesting. They have been demanding an equal increase in the salary of the employees as the Finance Ministry on Sunday announced a salary scale in an unequal manner. Although it was decided to increase the salary of all the employees by 15%, non-gazetted employees of Kathmandu, Bhaktapur and Lalitpur staged a protest in front of the Ministry of Finance at Singadarbar. The employees have threatened to continue protest and halt all works if the demands are not met. Welcome back. Nepal recorded a total of 934 new cases of coronavirus and one COVID-19 related death in the past 24 hours as of today. Out of the confirmed cases, 498 were detected through the RT-PCR method and 436 through the antigen method. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, a total of 5,351 samples were tested in the past 24 hours. Of them, 2,862 samples were tested through RT-PCR and 2,489 through the antigen method. Currently, there are 5,686 active cases in the country as 436 infected patients recovered in the past 24 hours. One more coronavirus-related death was recorded in the past 24 hours, and the COVID-19 death toll in the country has reached at 11,972 till date. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Narayan Khadka, is embarking on an official visit to China on Tuesday at the invitation of China's State Councillor and Foreign Affairs Minister Wang Yi. While in China, Minister Khadka and his Chinese counterpart Wang will hold a bilateral meeting in the China city on Wednesday, leading their respective delegations. Foreign Affairs expert Dr. Dinesh Bhattrai says the bilateral meeting between the two ministers is likely to focus on issues such as the status of different ongoing Chinese infrastructure development projects in Nepal, Nepal's trade deficit with China, people-to-people relations between the two nations, and China's increased concern in regard to the changed geopolitical condition. Dr. Bhattrai also said such high-level exchanges had been a tradition of Nepali diplomacy. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, China's Minister Wang will be hosting a state banquet in honor of Minister Khadka on Wednesday. Minister Khadka and his delegation will return home on Thursday. Lawmakers have pressed an idea for having a sole and powerful constitutional commission to promote the gender equality and social inclusion issues. They have proposed to establish a single powerful commission to work in the area of social inclusion with effectiveness. Taking part in a discussion program organized by the Women and Social Committee, House of Representatives, they were of the view of establishing a powerful commission with the representation of all instead of having a separate commission representing distinct class and community, geography, or regions. The meeting focused on the review of report of the National Inclusion Commission for the fiscal year 2021-22 and discussing implementation strategy in regard with the programs endorsed for the current fiscal year. The NEPSE index, which measures share trading in the securities market, has fallen by double digits today. According to the Nepal Stock Exchange, the NEPSE index fell by 17.68 points to 2,106.15. Similarly, the sensitive index, which measures the turnover of large companies, decreased by 3.44 points and was limited to 406.11. A total of 65,27,440 shares of 214 companies were traded at the price of 2,857,072,961 rupees. Out of the total 13 subgroups traded, the share price of 2 subgroups has gone up and the share price of 11 subgroups has gone down. Product 5.64 and mutual fund rose by 0.04 points. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Before wrapping up, here are the headlines once again. Parliamentary Committee instructs government to upgrade the Narangad, Mugling and Mugling Pokhara road sections. Minister assured to speed up the work. The non-gazetted government employees protest as the salaries of the higher level employees increase. Signs of the fourth wave of COVID infections in Nepal, daily cases close to 1,000. The number of active cases around 6,000. France braced for a fourth heat wave this summer as its worst drought on record left parched villages without safe drinking water, and farmers warned of a looming milk shortage in the winter. And Indian coach Manoj Prabhakar appointed as the head coach of Nepal's national cricket team. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Prime Times News. Good night.